Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns and beautiful. Ugh. Look at that dreary sky. It is what it is, Atlanta, Georgia. Today is January the 18th, 2023. And on today's project, we are going to be doing a little bit of maintenance to the PB 9010T Echo Backpack Blower. So, we have got 191 hours on this unit so far. It's been absolutely phenomenal. But I want to go ahead and do the air filter. We're going to do the spark plug. We're going to change the fuel filter. It's inside the tank. And we're also, when I have the spark plug off, we're going to take a borescope. We're going to look down in the cylinder and see what kind of what kind of condition it's in, and just do an overall check on it and see how the old blower is doing. It's only a year old. I shouldn't say old, but anyway, this is the kit. If you want to pause that, there's the part number for it. This kit comes with. Here, let's do it this way. Comes with the air pre-filter, the actual air filter, and it comes with the NGK spark plug and also a fuel filter. So I think what we'll do first is let me get the other tripod and we'll do the air filter first. Okay, so this is the easiest thing ever. There's just two plastic clips, and these are just bails. This pops off. Okay, so I've washed this before. And then we're going to take the air filter out. And it's not terribly dirty, but it does need to be changed. So, it's very easy. Just pop the new air filter in like this. It is kind of a press fit in there, so make sure it goes down all the way. And then your pre-filter, doesn't matter if it there's not an up and a down. So in fact, I'll put the part number inside so it won't get dirty. It goes just like that. Make sure it's seated all the way down. Just like that. So every once in a while I have kind of knocked this on the ground like you've seen me do on the filter for the Hustler, but yeah, it's good. Alright, so I think the next thing we'll do is move over to the gas tank. Now I ran almost all the fuel out of this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. This is how it comes out if you've never seen. It's just a little flexible piece that holds the cap in there. And I'm going to have to fish out the fuel filter. And to do that, I'm going to use a really long pair of needle nose pliers. Now, you could use a screwdriver if you wanted to. So I'm looking down in the tank, and I'm just barely lifting the hose out. I'm not putting any pressure on it. Now I grabbed it with my finger. I'm just going to fish the end out. Okay, just like that. So I'm going to, let's see what I need. Put my reading glasses on. Contacts mess everything up. Alright, so it looks like there's just a little tiny spring on here that holds this. So let me get some smaller pliers. And I'm just going to take this and be very gentle very gentle when I do this. I don't want to damage the hose because there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. All right, and then this will just pop out. Whoops. Let me do this. I don't want that hose falling back down in there. So here's the old one. Here's the new one. New one just presses on just like that, and then you take the little spring. It's like a little spring clamp. It's seated all the way down, and that's it. Just give it a little tug, make sure that it's good, and drop it back down in there. Okay, so then to put this back in, just pinch this so it makes like a little taco. Slide that in there, and then cap back on. Okay. Now, next thing I'm going to do is we are going to replace the spark plug. These things get a little stuck. There we go. There is a spring inside there. Inside here. All right, so this is just a 5/8 size. So, now I've never had the plug out of this before. So we're going to see what a almost 200-hour plug looks like. Alright, so there's the plug. I don't know why I'm trying to get this to focus. So the plug looks really good. There's not a lot of erosion on it. I can tell the gap is a little higher. Let me make sure this is the same NGK CMR7H. Okay, so I'm going to go get my borescope and stick it down in there, and we'll see what the cylinder looks like. All right, so this basically is the borescope. Let me turn it on. Now I'm going to record this and try to put it in the video so you're not trying to look at the screen, because it'll make more sense to you. All right, so what you're going to see here right now is I've got the borescope in the cylinder, and I'm using the side view camera, so it's going to appear that the piston is upside down. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the crosshatch pattern on the cylinder wall there. And I'm just going to kind of spin the camera around. I'm looking for any scoring, any burned areas, and areas that look like they're smooth. You want to see that crosshatch pattern there. That's the factory cross-hatching, and that's a sign of a very healthy cylinder wall. Now I've got the camera switched to the down facing. I'm going to move the piston up a little bit and move it back down. And you can see those rectangular ports in the side. You've got exhaust ports and intake ports. And you can see the piston right there where it looks like half of it is kind of oily black and the other half is kind of reddish brown. That's just one side is the exhaust and one side is the intake. The intake side is going to be clean, and the exhaust side is going to be where the obviously where the burn gases exit. But I'm just spinning the camera around. I'm trying to get a good bird's eye view of what the cylinder wall looks like. And a lot of two-strokes, when they use either poor quality oil or they use not enough oil, you can get scoring. Now keep in mind that I've been using the Amsoil Sabre at 100:1, and this just goes to show you that it is doing a phenomenal job at protecting. The inside of that cylinder is extremely clean. The top of that piston is very, very clean, and this has I think it's 191 hours on it. So that cross hatching is there to help capture some of the oil and allows a film of lubrication for the piston rings, which are actually pressing against the cylinder, to be lubricated to reduce the friction. But the inside of this is very, very healthy looking. And there's, again, the upside down view of the piston because I'm using the side camera. So it looks you can really see a good view there of the cross hatching, but I'm very, very pleased at how the cylinder wall looks. All right, so I was obviously, if you're watching this now, you were able to see the video, hopefully. The piston and cylinder wall look phenomenal in there. So, all right, so the next thing we need to do is I'm going to take the new plug here. Let me just look at something real quick. Okay, looks good. We're just going to reinstall the plug. All right, let's see if I can start it up here on the table. How many pulls it takes. Now, this is cold. I say that's a success. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.